wrote a letter and, you know, and answered his ad. And then Ben Cooper called my wife up and asked if I was still interested. And she said yes. And so I got in touch with him. He saw my portfolio and he said, gee, I'm completely different than most of the artists I see. So he asked me to paint a devil. And he said, you can't use no more than 4 colors. So I went home and said, bring it back tomorrow morning. So I went home and I worked on a devil till 5 o'clock in the morning. And I went down with him with this picture and he looked at it, he liked it. He said, oh, it's fine, fine. He said, now go home and paint the clown. So I went home. I went home and I painted a clown. That took me 3 o'clock in the morning. That wasn't too bad. And I brought it to him. And he looked at it and he says, oh, fine. He said, look, you start Monday. I'll give you a 2 weeks trial. He asked me what salary I wanted. And I didn't know what to say, you know. Because the last job I had, I was making $80 a week. So I said $80 a week. I worked Monday, I worked Tuesday. Then maybe around 3 o'clock, Ben Cooper sent by somebody into the art room and said, tell Frank to step in before he goes home. And I said, oh my gosh. Oh God. So I went in there, he said, Frank, look, you got the job. So he said to me, but you know, you can't live on $80 a week. So, and he said, look, I'm going to give you a raise right now, plus you're going to get hospitalization. You got children, you can't be without hospitalization. So he gave me a raise, he gave me a hospitalization, and all those years that I worked for him, I never had to ask that man for a raise.
More good news was on the horizon for Halloween costume manufacturers as the holiday and trick-or-treating saw a massive surge at the end of World War II due to sugar rations being lifted. This led to more candy being produced and sold at local supermarkets, which made it easy to hand out at Halloween. With that, more doors in the neighborhoods were opening for trick-or-treaters as more people began celebrating the holiday. The growing of the holiday meant that more people were venturing outside on October 31st. That meant more costumes needed to be produced, which required large warehouses to stock and store their products.
The bottom floor was on 34th Street in Brooklyn, New York. And the bottom floor was where the transport, all the stuff, trucks would come in and they would transport. The next floor was where Ben Cooper's office was. His office, and then my office was, the art room was next to it. And then after that was all the offices where Bobby was there, Ira was there, and the men and the women that worked in the office. And then beyond that, they had packing, and then upstairs they had the cutting room, and the sewing department, and screen department, and the vacuum forming department.
H.R. Giger created the ultimate antagonist in Alien, the creature known as a xenomorph. The otherworldly creature was jet black with a protective exoskeleton on a vertebrate-like body with an inner mouth that projects razor-sharp teeth.
I remember that one because they had sent the picture of the alien to me, you know, to the art department. And they said, whatever you do, don't show this thing to anyone because it was a secret. Don't show it to anyone. So we had to keep that pretty secretive for quite a while.
The film marked the breakout role for actress Sigourney Weaver, who was cast as Ellen Ripley. What makes this even more interesting is that Alien was the first film that gained an R rating to get a Halloween costume. For Cooper, the biggest score of the decade, though, came from a galaxy far, far away. Released in 1977, Star Wars took the world by storm.
You know, they were great. You know, it was something so different. It was so different.
The movie was an instant hit. In fact, it beat out Jaws to become the highest-grossing film of that time. Star Wars fever was sweeping North America and the world. Everywhere you turned, you would see Star Wars. The cast appeared on TV shows, action figures made by Kenner were flying off the shelves, and comic books were made by Marvel Comics. With Halloween right around the corner, Star Wars was set to become Cooper's goldmine. In 1991, Ben Cooper Inc. announced they were moving the company from Brooklyn, New York to Greensboro, North Carolina, to be closer to the southern textile factories. While Cooper may have survived by the skin of their teeth in the late 80s, what would happen next would put the beloved costume manufacturer down for good. On October 30th, 1991, after shipping millions of costumes for the Halloween season, Ben Cooper Inc. filed for bankruptcy due to fees brought on by relocating to Greensboro.
I remember when he found out that one of the fellas in the cutting room, the boy was sick, he called him down in the office and, asked him about it. How's the boy doing? Or he was interested in your family. I mean, it was such a big company and how it went. That broke my heart, to see it go down like that. If you ever wanted to work for a guy, Ben Cooper was the greatest.
The swooshing sound the vinyl smocks made while walking could be heard on every street. While these types of costumes in a box are memories of the past, they will forever live on in fans' hearts.